Boom! Welcome in, everybody. I did not forget to change scene that time, so you did not see Meet the Polymaker. This is my chair not going up, but going down. Oh, hello, everybody. There's a lot of you in here. Oh, that's going to be a catch up. Let's see here. Let me maximize my screen. I just did something else instead. Odd. Oh, I need to go multi-chat. I want to clear all these out. Oh, welcome in, Tink Live, Builders Mark, Maho Jazz, Tenchel, Wick Allen, Kaoname. I am Peck and Paul, Nate Semi-Pro, Gian 52573, Mind Out of Order. My mind is always out of order, dead on there. CGS Creations, Loki 2025, Core Count, and Kiki Keeks. Welcome. Real Mark U of You. Such a mouthful. Lethal Games, and I'm sorry YouTube, I'm gonna switch over, but I won't see your previous. Reprint in 3D. I had great fun in Germany. We'll talk about that here shortly. DGR Dad, welcome in. Long time no see or talk, converse, etc. One Arm Bandit 77, welcome in. Tulsa Skin, welcome in. And now I'm switching to multi-stream. So YouTube, welcome everybody from YouTube, whoever you might have been in chat. I did not see it. I did not switch over. There's always got to be at least one mistake made when I start the streams. That was my mistake today. So let me turn my ringer off here. Real professional, Joel. Have your ringtones on, notification tones, while you're trying to have a professional stream and conversate with the community. Welcome in. Hello, Pezliz. Need to find something to print to the delivery people bringing the new Panchrome. Yeah, just a couple boxes. No big deal. I helped my delivery guy today, and I told him I'll see him again Friday. Almost missed the stream. I gave up around 10 after. Yeah, I know. It's normally 7. Sometimes it's 8. Well, soccer's over. But we had dance, basketball, etc., and then had to come home and eat. So that's why you get a later start. I was going for 7:30, and here we are. Hello, Peekaboo, and that Engine Nerd. Being your neck of the woods before long, Engine Nerd. Got a Christmas party coming up. Forever Green 6, welcome in. You are awesome, and we do have it going, and it is collecting entries. So that part's working at least. Didn't mess that one up. Techno Side 2, welcome in. Dominic Versetto, hello. Let's see. Okay. Wow, Joel dances, plays basketball, soccer. Exactly. Let's go through that list real quick. Joel doesn't dance because he has no rhythm. I used to play basketball with friends, never through the school or on a team. Nowadays, not so much. Soccer, I actually coached soccer for several years when the kids started. Haven't been back into that, just busy, but do enjoy it. Love soccer. Yeah, that's the I need to get in shape to be able to actually play those games. Do Funky PC, welcome in. Jedi Spidey, Jetty, I think I said it. Jedi Spidey, welcome in. But yeah, with back in from Germany, got in on Sunday, so right back into work. We got technically a short week for the holiday, everything else. So hopefully everybody, I know some people have actually already had their Thanksgiving dinner, get it out of the way early, which isn't a bad idea. Some people prep for that crazy Black Friday stuff. Less crazy in the last few years with most everything online. But if before I forget and get wrapped up in my rambling, if you've celebrated, I hope you guys all had a wonderful time and a great dinner. If you've not had celebrated Thanksgiving, at least here in the States, obviously, I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys have a great holiday. Even if you don't celebrate, I hope you have a great week, a great day, every day anyway. So yeah. But first things first, let's talk about a new release. Who would have known? Polymaker, yet another release. I know at this point, it all gets mixed in. You don't even know what's coming when and when it came and where it's at, etc. We have some gradients. So we don't have all of them released today. If you're sleuthy, you can see it on the website. There's some that aren't in stock yet that are coming. in the coming weeks. Don't quote me. I think it's maybe 2 weeks. But either way, I think there's 18 total new gradients available. Those are gradient starlights, gradient galaxies, gradient crystalline. The ones basically that aren't out yet, we have some new gradient gradient mats. There's 4 of them: sandstorm, tornado, tropical fizz, and lavender something, I think. Lavender fizz, maybe. I know 3 of those, 3 of the 4 I had right without any list in front of me. Those are coming. If you watch the stream or you've seen any other content from Form Next, we did have those all on display at their booth. So the crystallines are translucent. They make for awesome, like an ombre lampshade. The model we used, it was a very beautiful model. So don't get me wrong there. But the first section was just a single wall. So it was a very slow transition. So it was mostly clear. And then you saw some color, because then it got to like a wavy, kind of odd shaped top. That one didn't really, it looked like there's a lot of clear and just a little bit of color. It is going to be the same like smooth transitions that the rest of the gradients do. It just depends on the model. So if you had something that was even all the way up, you're going to see that better on how that transitions. I don't have any yet. I got some on the way. Just everything's been so busy, and you know, I still got refills behind me. Those came out, you know, just what, 2-3 weeks ago. So lots and lots of stuff coming. Again, the gradients, take a look at them if you have not. They're all over the site. There's a link I think you can click. It'll kind of divide each section. So they'll have the gradient galaxies, gradient starlights, etc. Gradient celestials. Seeing them in person on print, I think I'm not a big pastel, like lighter color guy, but the celestial gradients, I did some mermaid tails that looked amazing in them. But I'm really interested in the crystalline for lampshade stuff. The dual mats, I mean, the dual mats are great colors, especially when you find the right model for each of them. And then what else we got? Celestials, those look great. The galaxies really, they don't look great on camera. Even looking at like reviewing the video footage and checking pictures, they look like there's not a whole lot of transition. In person, they look a lot better. I do like the it's like a dark gray and black. Again, hard to see on camera, but it looks really good in person. Big fan. So try them out. You know, I don't expect everybody to go buy all, you know, current 18 available, but figure out which one you might want to check out. Let me know what you think. Or if you buy multiple, let us know what your favorite is once you do get it. Because, you know, it's Christmas. It's almost Christmas. You got to buy yourself some stuff. But that is the release for the week. We're going to give you a little hiatus. There's nothing next week, I don't think. No, I don't think there's anything next week. Unless the other gradients come in stock. So don't blame me if your wallet's amounts deplete. But let's see here. I'm going to go through, see if anybody has any questions real quick. Tricolor, coke extruded filament. Dominic Versetto, you love tricolor. And I'll just tell you, you are correct. Polymaker does not currently make that yet. We'll see. I'll put it up to the team. Darude Sandstorm. I mean, Peekaboo, if you want to name it that, yes. It's actually a creator spool with Darude. Isn't Darude also the fan name, or no? I don't remember. There you go. Neon also. I forgot Neon. There's only one, but it actually looks very cool. We had a wastebasket, and I didn't realize what it was. Like, what is this one printed in? That's the gradient neon. Can't wait to print unicorns with that filament. Oh yeah, there's gonna be so many awesome things with that. I mean, and I know a lot of people are sick of dragons, but some of these colors are gonna look amazing on dragons. If you sell dragons, I mean, highly, you know, the starlights, the celestials, great dragon stuff. Yeah. If you guys noticed, I can't promise this will always be the case, but at least the last handful of new releases, we do have them on sale when they first release. So it's the best time to try them out, get them cheap, and then yeah, see if you like them, and then you'll know for the future rather than paying the regular price. Hello, Maker Viking and Gallic Knight and Hobby Main and Droopy Code MKY, and 3D Medic Vince, and Black Locust Farms. I probably missed a lot of you. Human Goosecock. Guscock? Printer Prawn. Okay, nice. I am a fan of delicious flavor. Welcome in. Steve from New York, not to be confused with Steve from New Jersey, or Steve from Maryland, or Steve from Ohio. There's a lot of Steves out there. Brian 6170, welcome in. Pop away. Hello. Okay, I think Atomic Spark I signed up there too. Said I dick. I said it. You know, is it that or is it dyke? It's a play on words either way, I'm sure. But welcome in, everybody. But yeah, so back to where I just came back from was Frankfurt, Germany, Formnext 2025. First ever time being at Formnext, and holy crap. That place is big. I definitely got my steps in. 20,000 it was an average, we'll say. It's again just big. For anybody that's been to Rapid, I would say it's Rapid times 3 or 4 overall. So there are 2 large buildings and 2 floors to each of those buildings, completely packed. There wasn't like maybe one was half packed, there's some holes here and there. No, from end to end, side to side, it is packed. Whether it be big companies, small companies, starter companies, ones you know, ones you don't know, ones you've heard of, ones you've never heard of, everything in between. It is crazy just to see everything that is there. And then just not even the Formnext themselves, but it was at Messy Frankfurt. It is, I don't want to know what they consider it. So in the States, a convention center is typically just that. It's a large building, it's a convention center. Maybe it's got 2 floors. Maybe there's a little like offbeat little part of it that's not connected. Messy Frankfurt is at least 12 buildings, all gigantic. And I would say it spans probably between 2 to 4, and I guess it depends how you see a city block, of a city block. Huge, completely gated all the way around. You have to be able to pass or whatever to enter in. And it is gigantic. To walk from one side to the other takes quite a while. They actually have transport buses to go from building to building. And again, Formnext is only 2 of those buildings, and they're connected, so you can just do skywalk and walkways through them. But the whole entire compound, we'll call it, convention area, was huge. I've never seen anything like it. It was definitely an experience. Frankfurt was a good time. Not as beautiful as Barcelona. No offense to Frankfurt people, but there was still some cool stuff. We got to see some castles and whatnot. But overall, we got to see a ton of stuff at Formnext, which if you guys want to go on a little field trip with me, let's switch over here. So as you see, there's a dog. There's dogs in Germany. Who would have thought this was a giant fluffy maybe husky mix? We love dogs. The kids love dogs, so we send pictures of dogs. That's why this floofy guy, look at that big old floofy dude. This was just the first day my wife and I got in. We were just walking around the area we were at, the Skyline Plaza. Another thing, I think this is overall for the US, for those of you that have malls near you, whether big cities, small cities, whatever, for the malls, are your malls packed, like where there's no storefront that's empty? And then is it busy no matter what day of the week you go into? Are there a ton of people there? Like, is it an active mall? Is it kind of dying breed? Because in Ohio, most of them are dying breeds. You're getting probably 1 out of 5 stores, 1 out of 4 stores are empty, waiting for somebody to go in there, and just it's not active. I mean, maybe during a holiday sale, then of course there's people. There's not a lot of people. It's not very congested. But is that like that throughout the US for those that are in different states other than Ohio? Because the reason I ask, Skyline Plaza, every single storefront covered, and this was one of the smaller malls. There's another one we went to that was huge. I don't remember the name of it. It was down near Old Town. But This is just our hotel. Actually, is right here. Motel 1. Nice hotel. But again, right there by the plaza. Got to experience some of the different storefronts in Frankfurt. And these are just kind of, getting out for the hotel. Just nothing great to see. Just a ton of apartment buildings. A ton. So, and then this is actually the day before before Form Next. Quiet, empty. But this is just the front of one of the main entrances. Again, this is, I wish I had a drone and got an aerial view because this is huge. But it was quiet, so we took a walk around the whole compound. My wife and I, and yeah, it's a long walk. So this is almost from one corner, and then you see this thing here. That's almost the center. There's another aspect there. I don't know why this came out so blurry. That's one side all the way down, and we're actually not even at the far corner. Again, just to show you how big. Is this one clear? There we go, a lot clearer. Yeah, pretty much to that building back here. It's from here all the way to that building. And then it goes even longer the other way. So huge. Huge, huge, huge. Just a weird little horse, I think it was. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Ah, excuse me. I was able to mute. My son Connor absolutely loves cars, and a Porsche design place. It wasn't open, but I can only imagine the price tag on this stuff. You can see inside here. I mean, they had cars, cell phones, accessories, bikes, umbrellas, refrigerator. I mean, like anything that you could theme, they had for Porsche. Which is cool. This is, I think, the museum. I think I don't even know what half the stuff I took pictures of, but I love architecture like this. So this is Dem Waren schon Guten. I butchered that, I'm sure, but again, anything that has that old architecture, love. And then just a cool little artistic little Frankfurt sign. But we're getting to the cool parts here. There's just old taverns, cobblestone roads. I just love seeing stuff like this. We've seen a lot of that in Barcelona when my wife and I were there last year. I had some schnitzel, authentic schnitzel and potatoes and green sauce. And then my wife had a pork knuckle with apple sauerkraut. Good stuff. Absolutely delicious. And there's my beautiful wife and our Coke, and then apple wine basically. And then Schorl. This was recommended by Nick. It's basically a carbonated applesauce or apple juice. Wasn't bad. Let's see here. Oh, this thing was someone was showing me on their phone so I could remember it. 0D. This gentleman, and this was one of those smaller ones that was set up in the first floor of the building we were in, and he's got I don't have a picture of the extruder, kind of a vertical extruder, but it is actually infusing the filament with the fiber additive. So you have, if you've seen the Fiber Seek 3D printer that prints and then lays the carbon fiber into the print, this puts it into the filament, and you can print it with standard printers. And it's thin enough to where the movement of the nozzle, when it's like changing layers and things like that, is actually enough to snap the fiber inside, so that it doesn't tangle and twist and whatnot. Other than that, we had Panchroma wall. We've got some updates to it and everything else, but one thing, the big change that was very, very nice, worked perfect, is in expos and highly lit places, our tiles weren't the most translucent. So we used the different translucent tiles of the translucent PLA, the celestials, the glow in the dark, etc. Some of them were dark and they were hard to see, especially in bright lighting. So all the lit up tiles are now in the most translucent filament we have. Most translucent Panchroma PLA that we have, which is our glow in the dark green. We do have clear stuff in PC and things like that, but it doesn't count because it's not Panchroma. This is all Panchroma, which actually this is missing quite a bit of the full collection. That's just, bigger one. We had, of course, Fulv's model displayed here. Can't remember, just 3D prints printed this. Younger gentleman out of, I think, Germany. He came by, he actually hung around for a while. It was super cool. This is me and Martin from the EU team realizing that the timing, even though it counts down 3, 2, 1 for the photo booth, it goes 3, 2, 1, pause, say cheese, snap picture. And so this is what happens when you think the picture is already taken and you change your face. And that's just a picture of a picture. That's why it looks kind of blurry. It's actually, well, here. It's right here. Right there. I got it right next to me. So just a fun picture with our photo booth. You can get a physical picture. Got Lincoln and Hugo from STL Flex. Have a promo right now with the Black Friday stuff going on. So there's lots of deals. They have a Black Friday deal going on. We partnered with them for one for us. So lots of deals to be had. And these guys, just great. Always have a smile on their face. Always just energetic. They're great. We missed out on Bruno. He wasn't there. But we'll catch him next time. This is some coding. Learned more coding, modifying the wall game. All ran in JavaScript. We had the quiz show that they do for charity for the Sanjay Mortimer. Yeah, anyway, charity. But this was one of the teams. You know, Luke, Nick, you got Matt Denton, and I think, sorry, James Bruton, and then I think Matt Denton. I think that's who the 4 were. Can't see the face. Might have another one here. Zoom in. Nope. See some familiar faces. You got Beverly. There are a handful of creators in here. But I was just taking some quick shots. This gentleman, awesome individual. First time, of course, meeting him. He's one of the European content creators. He recently, if you haven't seen it yet, you can look up Eurego World 3D, and he did a giant full-size Luffy that he painted, finished. Was amazing, but just an awesome, genuine guy. It was awesome meeting him, and actually, I don't have it. He made me a gift that it's actually on my bookshelf door now, so that's adorned there. This here, some may recognize, may not. This is Gatlin Tommy. You guys seen the Moab, the mother of all blasters? The Gatling gun Nerf blaster with a backpack and a belt fed system, all that good stuff. This is the guy. This is his creation, and that just ended on Kickstarter, where you could actually buy the kit for the parts and then all the files. Awesome guy, awesome accent. So yeah, so maybe we working with him on some cool stuff. Maybe see some blasters the next rep wrap, ideally. Some Amaki stuff. I want to not be here 2 hours, so I'll try to go through some quick stuff. Impressive seeing these prints in person. These are all straight from the printer, of course, cleaned up, but no painting, no touch up. Now this was coated afterwards, but this was printed, all clear, heavy as heck. But then yeah, all these things are printed inside of it. It's not like it was a resin where somebody just poured it in. This is 3D printed layer by layer by layer. So amazing. I wish they weren't so expensive, because I would definitely have one. Fiber Seed was there. I took this picture just to show. I got some Panchroma. Not sure why they don't have fiber on up there, but hey, marketing is marketing. Take the advertisements. Novus was just a really cool carbon fiber 3D printed part bike. And just a ton of like 5-axis large machines doing furniture, decor pieces, insulation foam boats, giant vases, however you want to look at it. The color was awesome. Another big printer. I took this because Stratasys, of course, is a huge footprint there. Huge. I mean, their booth was gigantic. And there were some other big ones too. I mean, you had Paralyzed, they had a decent sized one. Izumi. What else there? Stratasys. We had the field rack. This is CR3D. I believe so. Can't remember. It's like just heavy duty printer. Yeah, CR3D on tracks. So you seen the Prusa bot that the offset guys did. This thing is like that on many steroids. Big printers, and this is a big printer that's on the smaller side compared to what was there. This was just a really wide, it's hard to tell in the picture, very long bed. let's get some of the fun stuff. I mean, just 5-axis milling. This was on demo. It was just cool to watch. Like I said, even though it's not truly shaving those down right now, but it builds it up by welds, you know, layer by layer, and then that thing comes in and cleans it all up. Had cool little desks, little Pac-Man desks you sit in. Oh, I couldn't. I'd probably break them, but kids could sit in. Metal printing. They had VR set up where you could go in and sandblast the frame clean, which was, I didn't play it, but it was kind of cool. Had the Snapmaker after party, a special invite party. This guy, great guy, Blaine, if you don't recognize him from Snapmaker, and his energy is like this all the time. It's just he's got really fun energy every time I saw him. Always positive, but just good times. Now our booth, we've got gradients, so we'll go through these real quick. Crystalline back in the back, Celestial here, Starlights and the Gnomes, Galaxies and the Dragons, even though one's missing because people stole stuff. Here's the ones that haven't been out yet. The dual gradients. Sorry, the gradient mats. And this isn't all of them. Of course, there's still more of them that aren't showing. Or are they all there? 4, 5, 6, 7, 17. The neon. Oh, the neon is right here. The bucket is the neon. Then we had our PLA Basics on show. We had Hue Forge right next to the wall. All shown. Hue Forge with their beautiful filament paintings. Those are all Huge Forge. We had the photo booth there with a huge Blastoise and Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and Charmander. Matt Denton's Lego cart, and then Robot by James Bruton. And yeah, you can find their YouTubes right there if you can read that, or just type out the name I just said. And we had our Polycore, which is our pellets, are usually big prints, all sorts of different things. This one right here, I would take that home as a workbench. It was very cool. Lights inside to have the kind of a backlight glow. Let's go through quickly. TPU stuff. That's the TPU stuff on show. This is Spec 2, I think. There's like a different section shoe, so each piece is a layer and you can actually put it together. Anyway, I don't want to make sure I'm not boring people here. I'm reminiscing really at the same time. Iron Man, that was well done. That was Industria 3D, I think. Industria 3D, I was right. That was welded, coated. This was painted amazing. Pete and Nick had a hard time getting it put together, but in the end it turned out. These prints, these are prints from the Wonder Maker. Here's them up close. Overall, some of them were really good, some were so-so, but it was interesting to see it in person, and it was printing. So hats off to any printer company that doesn't have a release, but they had all their ultras, Ultra and Ultra S, printing out, and this actually looks really good. This was very clean. But the snake might have just not have been dialed in. And there's the Ultra S enclosure, everything else. Kind of what y'all expect to see out of them. 5-second swap. I didn't get time the swaps, but that's what they claim. And then there's cool, just a internal look at the tool heads. GD4 Max, or GD Max 4 with Polar Cooler, water cooled or liquid cooled hot end, 390 by 390 by 340. That's on sale now if you're interested. Really good price for that size, and it does the high temp still. 370, I think, on the hot end and 120 on the bed. Gears, Creality had a cool setup. And their own little extruder, which they had an Ender 3v4 that I didn't even know about, which is here. And it decked out with 3D printed parts. You can see what it's basically a version of. Looks just like it, and just a lot of cool stuff. Different designs. That was at the Elegoo booth. The Jupiter 2 opened up. Huge resin. Prusa Pro's print farm. Centauri Carbon 2 does exist. Really, to me, it's like an 85X from Flash Forge, just in a Centauri Carbon 2 skin. This I don't know the price of what they end up selling those at, but it was very sharp. It looked really good. So, I mean, hats off there, whether it's your cup of tea or not. It was very clean. And of course, we've seen the index on the Prusa Core 1. 8 tool, they had a 4 tool. The prints I seen coming off of them, very clean. And here's printing. This was just printing. I think ends up doing 3 or 4 colors here as it goes up to add a green to it. I remember. And then of course the H2C. This was they were so packed. It was hard to get like any pictures, much of it. But they did not have this printing. All they had it was doing this demo tool swap, nozzle swap. Cool mechanism. Waiting to find out more information on it. We'll see. But it's still cool to see. But Bamboo, really well done. I would hate to know the price of what this booth was. Up here is an office. There's a stairway here going up there for extra office. They had a back little tunnel here. They did host Make Good, which is awesome on them. 3D printed wheelchairs for children. And just a lot of cool stuff there. They had a very clean booth. And it was packed. And they had their, in the front end, they had their Cyberbrick world where you could control their devices. They do, I'm going to have to say, the booth builder for them, or booth setup designer, really, really good. I enjoy their booths all the time. And the Cyberbrick interactive stuff is awesome. BQ, or Big Tree Tech, Luke's baby here, the Panda Treat. This is a edible ink 3D print attachment for the A1, eventually for the X1, P1 through firmware updates or software updates. But it does things like this. It can print on top of coffee. It can print on top of cookies. It can print on top of cakes. It can pretty much print on anything with a variance of level of roughly 1 centimeter, depending on the airflow in your room. If it's windy, then of course it's going to blow the ink around if it's trying to shoot down too far. But there was, no, that's the cat. The coffee here. I'll let this run for a second. And you can kind of see it starting right here. They were printing Michael Laws, or Teaching Tech, his face, because they uploaded it for a meme thing, and then the Wi-Fi went out and they couldn't change the picture, so they were just printing him on top of cappuccino. And like I said, it does really well, and it's all edible. It's best just food coloring is what it is. And people were able to drink Michael Law's face. Who would have thought that would be at Formnext? And again, just how well it does. I mean, it basically just looks like a HP cartridge on attached to an A1. But they had Cyborg, which I didn't think was a thing too. The P1P Cyborg board to make it clipper based. Again, some big stuff. I want to show off some stuff that actually I have here. But Fulv, and of course we were displaying his Tuscan Village. He had one of his snow castles, 200% at Snapmaker booth. And they hosted him. Just an amazing guy. Super, super sweet. Super tall vases. This wall and the transparent stuff back there, all 3D printed. I'd like to have that wall here, like behind me. Would be nice. And also probably pricey, along with dining room sets. Let's see here. Big. They had more big printers. Frozen had their Arco there. Hats off to the Frozen team. They lent me a spatula to get the wall tiles off the game at the end of the event, and I broke it. And I offered to buy him a new set, and he's like, nope, don't worry about it. He's like, I got it for free anyway. So I don't know the name of who I dealt with, but good team there. Another surprise there was the Anycubic Cobra X, which is pretty much their Cobra 3 enhanced, and it's got a different feed style. So similar to the A1, but it tells you what nozzle or what line it's using. It's supposed to be like less waste, and it's supposed to be fast. They were printing with it though, and it was printing well. I didn't know much about that. Of course, they had this one Max Combo there too. Tuscan Village. We have a little bit of Blaine. Here's Blaine's energy. You'll watch this. Man's in a suit, and he's just going at it. As you can see, the tiles are nicely lit. You can actually see them now. I think Nick's highest score this time was 87, maybe 92. The fun times. Hope that didn't blow your eardrums out. And the rest of this was just actually the last day that me and my wife were there, just sightseeing and in the cathedrals and castle. Of course, had to try the, the local McDonald's Big Rosti, like a potato cake on a cheeseburger, curly fries. They had that option also. And I can't remember what hers was called, but that's the Rosti. Yeah, just other fun stuff. Oh, this is the mall. I'll show this real quick. This mall, huge. And I learned Saturn is their Best Buy. But where's the inside? Not an inside picture. Oh, right here. I mean, just all those floors. And like I said, packed. There wasn't an empty place. Yeah, that's the Forum Next kind of summary summed up and me rambling on. I want to see Nicholas do it. Yeah, we need to take more videos just so I can play it back to see how much he's cheating. See if he's got like a device in his pocket that he's hitting, but he still runs the top. So I got to get more practice. I need to just build one on my wall and play it every day and be the first to 100. That's Nick's goal, is to see, is it possible with the timing and the timeout that we have and the switching of the tiles, is it possible to hit 100? Which I think it is. But like, theoretically, what's the highest score? One day we'll find out. Hopefully you like my reminiscence of the Forum Next. I have some stuff to show, and we'll talk about that you might be kind of excited about, maybe you won't. So a big thank you first to you guys. You guys have got us over 20,000 members onto our Discord, and it still remains, in my opinion, the best 3D printing Discord out there. Maybe I'm biased, but there's help to be had. It stayed positive. We've avoided a lot of just like negative stuff. There hasn't been hiccups here and there, but you guys have all helped just keep it an amazing community, and I appreciate that. Love you all for that. But saying though, as we're over 20,000 members, I owe you guys a giveaway. I'm getting all the details worked out. We'll have an announcement soon, but you can imagine there's going to be some filament giveaway, obviously, which is great because we have a lot of filament we recently released. But then also, maybe we'll throw a printer or two in there, kind of working some details out, seeing what I can get done. But then also on the Facebook side of things, you guys have also helped get that to over 1,000. So I also owe a giveaway there. This is all needing to be done before the end of the year. My plans are in the next week or two. So keep your eyes peeled on the Discord side and the Facebook side. If you're not there already, facebook.com/groups/polymaker.3D. I think that's it. Go there. Make sure to like the page, follow the page, whatever all the terminology is there. And yeah, help us build an even bigger, better Facebook group to mimic what we've done over in Discord while we continue growing the Discord. But with that said, giveaways, yes, filament, obviously, printers, probably. And then I'm going to show you a couple things. So we don't have merch yet. Don't get too excited there. But we do, for like Forum Next and the big things, we do like, I don't want to say gift bags, but whatever. We'll say gift bags. Sometimes they're canvas bags that are white, whatever. Here's the blue one, with our logo there. Actually, that's the old, say, Polymaker 3D printing filament. But either way, little canvas bag. And then they had random hats in it. We had 3 different hat styles. One is just a gray. I guess let's just take it out so you can see it. Throw that to the side. Let's just open them up. Nope. Throw it to the side. And one more. So we had kind of a gray, kind of washed, worn look. Polymaker logo, just simple, nothing crazy. Black one. And that's going to be the smooth front without the seam down the middle. And that's just got Polymaker, obviously what you see there. Then we also have another washed, like aged one, and that is, I called it the golden spool. Obviously, that's supposed to be probably brown, but the golden spool hat. And the reason I'm showing you this, there's something I'm getting to. 3 hats. And we also had a Panchroma mug. Not major logo on here, kind of small, but you can see Panchroma, your filament palette. The website, it's got a yellow inside, and then just a rainbow. Yeah. Mug. And then we also had in there notepad. I mean, this symbol, just notepad with a logo on it. It kind of has that like soft felt cover. And then also had just what you've seen me wear, polos. This one's actually embroidered instead of DTF. It's a little more fancy, but we're handing those out. Now you can win them at the game, the wall game, and everything. Not a whole lot of sizes left over, but the reason I'm showing you all this is I think we're going to incorporate it into at least the Discord side of the giveaway. Facebook maybe. I've got to be able to manage it because it's all going to be manually managed myself. But tell me in chat, other than filament, other than a 3D printer, would you be interested in receiving a goodie bag, maybe with a shirt, a random hat, a mug, and a tote? The notebooks, I don't think I have many of those, so I can't promise that. But would that be something you'd be interested in as a possible prize? Maybe we'll have 5 or 10 of these that will have these. Size wise, they're Chinese size XXL. They're more like a large, so they're kind of in the middle. They fit you. I think I might have a few 4XL that would technically be probably more like 1 to 2XL. But is that something you guys be interested in? No Panchroma socks. Yes, for sure. Okay. I know. I had to ask anyway. But with that, okay, so we had all those. Hats off also in chat to my wife, my beautiful wife. She was a trooper. She came on, she took a vacation week. She was able to come with me. She ended up helping out at the booth, which did an amazing job. She's not a nerd like I am. She doesn't mind 3D printing, and when she sees something cool and she wants me to make it. Other than that, she's not into 3D printing. She doesn't do 3D printing. As far as it goes of doing anything with 3D printing, she knows how to clear the bed and then put the bed back on. That's it. So not only did she come on this trip, of course, we took a couple extra days to do some fun stuff for us, but she helped out there. And then the night before, I brought back a ton of stuff, well, as much stuff as I could, to the hotel room. This would be a large box of hats, a huge stack of shirts, which you can see, coats full of hats, the shirts. She was able to stuff. I mean, and absolutely stuff all this stuff, rearrange all 4 suitcases, the 2 suitcases, 2 carry-ons, rearrange this just so we could get all this. Polymaker Pete actually took some of the stuff too, so there is some stuff there that I got to see what his count is. But we got a bit. We got some we got more hats than anything. We got some shirts. A stack of shirts. Mugs we're very limited on, so that's actually, I think I have 5 mugs. So we could do like 5 full sets, gift sets, and then maybe just some hats here and there. But I've got to manage that manually, so I got to watch what I promise. But I'd say at least 5 full gift sets that we'll do as part of the Discord giveaway. And I thought, we don't have merch yet. I know this can, it's the next best thing. It is merch. It's just not the official merch. But if you're not able to make it to Form Next, you never have a chance of getting this stuff. So we brought it here. And again, my wife, hats off to her, because half the stuff would have been left in the hotel room if she couldn't stack it into the suitcases. So that was it. Yeah. So then there was Snapmaker. We love Snapmaker, right? We're friendly with Snapmaker. They had their event party. Had a nice little gift bag for people that showed up. Nice little, looks like a potato, but it's not. It's a backpack. And this actually was also stuffed with stuff. and can use as a personal bag to get more of the hats and shirts here. So I went out of my way a little bit, and my wife really went out of the way for you guys to bring all this home. So of course she's like, "Why do you need all this?" I'm like, "For the community." She's like, "Okay, I'll get as much as I can in there." But I also had a weird little apron from Snapmaker that was part of the gift bag. Had a little charger, and then had just a coaster set. But it was a fun. It was hosted by Beverly Tan, awesome, awesome lady, and yeah, it was just a good time. It was a good social time, kind of away from the hubbub of a ton of people for next. I don't know the attendance number, but there's a lot. There's a whole lot. Where's my mug? I'm not even drinking out a Panchroma mug yet. Yep, she definitely is a champ. Let me read through here. Talking nonstop, which I probably shouldn't because my voice is still slowly coming back. Trying to see if there's anything else. I think that was it for the most part for Form Next. Got a couple things, more coming on. Joel Telling's charity stream coming up on the 16th of December. I believe so. Let me see here. Yep, 16th of December. And then something else that I'm working on getting everything finalized. I hope to be able to share with you guys soon. We're going to do a live stream maybe in the second week of December at a different location. Not moving. I'm not building a studio. But I'm going to go do something somewhere, another state. It'll be the first time of us doing this. And I can't wait to share with you. I don't think I've really hinted about it, but there's just some going ons and some cool stuff. I know that's a complete teaser, but just pay attention. Second week of December, maybe something going on there if we go live on a random day that we normally don't go. And also earlier than normal. But also then we have Joel Telling stream. And, I may make an appearance. Last year I was on, they called me up, got on camera. I think it was last year. Yeah, last year I took my pants off. For charity. It was for charity. Don't get your wrong ideas. Only because I followed up Neil Patrick Harris, who was going to remove his pants if somebody, I think, gifted so much. And I made the deal when I went on camera, and it was fulfilled, so I had to follow through. But let me see here. Let me make sure what we got here. I'm going to go live for an hour, 53 minutes, and end up with 20,000 messages. There we go. Okay. But anything else to talk about? Print wise, I like to share a new print, and I don't know. I was going all week. I'm printing two things currently. One thing is a test print for a friend that I shared earlier for Gatlin Tommy. I won't talk about what it is. It's his thing. I'm just testing something for him to see if it works. And then, so it's not even done yet anyway. The other one, I'm printing a dragon. Who would have thought? But the Snapmaker U1 did come in today, and it's printing its first print, probably almost finished. Yeah, let's see where it's at. See if it's almost done where I'll be able to grab it. My credentials. What the heck? I didn't even. Oh. We got some login dilemmas with their server. U1, I just assembled it as it was, and so far so good. 97%. Does it even show the... I have dark mode on, so I can't see. Oh, 5 minutes. I can definitely ramble on for 5 minutes. It's just their normal 4-color dragon. The very first print off the printer. Assembly went well. No issues, no broken parts. Their manual is actually very good. My only gripe, if those of you that are waiting for your U1 or plan on getting one, the instruction booklet, which is very well done. I like to open them up and then like crease the middle of it so that it stays open. I don't know if you guys are the same way with like magazines or other manuals that you're using, because you like to put it on, you know, on the floor, on the shelf, whatever, flat, so it doesn't just keep closing on itself. Does not like that. I did that and it kind of split the binding and some of the pages came loose. Just a food for thought for those that are going to be getting one soon, plan on getting one, may get one. Maybe Santa will be delivering one under the tree for you. So my feedback so far, assembly, pretty straightforward. Definitely more assembly than a bamboo, just because you have 4 tool heads, you got to run the cables for them, PTFE. But again, the manual is very well at showing pictures and answering your questions as you go along. Joel, do you think we will start to see more refills available for more types of material? Camaro 45th, depends on the market. I mean, if they sell really well and we see that people are actually moving over to refills more, then definitely. Now, if they don't sell well and people aren't really buying them much, then it doesn't make much sense for us to move everything over to it. I would like to see it happen, but it really depends on the market. Crazy can come all the way from there, no damage. I wish they would make, yeah, spiral bindings. I would take that. But yeah, mine had 0 damage. My FedEx delivery guy is pretty awesome too, though, and I know he's not the only one that touches it. There's other FedEx and from California, plus the ship, everything else. I was lucky enough, again, no damage. All intact. Everything all went well. I had no issues. There was no errors, no hiccups. So good so far. Did you break its spine? Yes, I did break its spine. It is my fault. Last mile is always dangerous. Yeah, like I said, my guy's top notch. Super great guy. I always we talk, and I always like talking with him, but then I feel bad because I hold him up. And FedEx delivery people, if you don't know, at least in this area, I think it's all across the nation, they're not paid per hour. They're paid for the, you know, their route. So the quicker they do it, technically the more they make, you know, per hour, and you know, then they can call it a day. So when I hold them up, that technically it's costing them money. But he's fun to talk to. He's had questions, of course, 3D printing stuff getting delivered here all the time. So he's learning about it and he's thinking about 3D printing. And I told him if he ever has time after the end of the shift, come down here. I've got some if you want to test run plenty of old printers. Soldier K1 Max bought the P2S the same day. What a difference. I've heard great things of the P2S. I don't have one myself, but I've heard really good things. Like a lot of good quality of life updates, even over the X1C, which I have several X1Cs and I love them. I've not had any issues with them. And they've got thousands and thousands of hours on them. And if you come in late, go check out us.polymaker.com. That'll reroute you to your proper site, because we just released some new gradients. I say some, it's actually 18 with more to come. I think there's still at least 6 still coming. I'm X1C, but I'm Jones with H2C. Like I said, I would love to like have an H2C here, mess with it, kind of see what it's all about. Main thing, it's way less waste speed wise, and I don't think so much there, but it definitely was cool to see. The mechanism is neat and it's satisfying hearing the click. I'd love to see refills for the 3 kg rolls as well. Again, Tessellation Games LLC, depends on the market. I mean, if the 1 kgs do really well and we start moving more into that and we see there's demand for 3K, it's not out of the question. And our guys are developing product wise a ton of new product and colors and material. I have 2 of the colors I wish I could show you, because one of them is one of my favorites, one of my favorite mats. There are a few new colors still missing. Joel's door camo. Could you imagine a gradient with just like an off-white cream color to a white? It's just called Joel's door. There's my creator spool. I'm not a creator, but let's just say I do have a creator spool. Joel's door gradient. And that's K2 Kevin. Everybody, if you haven't seen, I know K2 is very humble. He doesn't like attention, but he's in here and he deserves it. The very first designer on makerworld.com, yes, that makerworld.com from Bamboo Lab, the very first designer to hit, was it 1 million points? So of course you earn points posting stuff. You used to get them for doing boosts, for people boosting your models. K2 Kevin's got enough models out there that are enough. They've become so popular, downloaded a ton, boosted a ton. First maker to 1 million points. 1 million. That's a lot of points. Just remember us peons down here, K2 Kevin. Yeah, if it was converted to $1 million, that would be even better. But still, I mean, hey, either way, even if it was only a $5 value, hats off. That's something to be proud of. Because, I mean, there's a lot of designers on MakerWorld and really great designers. But to be the first one there, you crossed the finish line. And you found the niche is what it was. I mean, not downplaying your skill by any means. You did amazing models. I myself have downloaded and printed. But yeah. No matter how you got there because of what you did. So, right there. There it is. Walk into club like the girls go running because it's random points. Oh, there we go. There's part of the song dedicated to K2 Kevin. Brian 6170. You know what? 253 is 253 points closer to 1 million. So you're not far off. Soon enough. What else have we seen? What else? And of course, at the index is part of the Core 1, Cheaty Max 4, Cobra X. Elegoo didn't have anything new. I guess the Carbon 2. Creality had the Industry V2 or V4. They also have a Creality Falcon T1, kind of like the X Tool F1 Ultra or F1, I guess. Laser. I'd love to get my hands on one of those. But I don't think I'd use it enough to justify $2,000 plus. I think who else? Flash Forge was there with just their normal stuff. I don't think anything new there. Snapmaker, obviously U1. I did try to probe Blaine. You know what about U1 Max anytime? And right now they're just trying to survive the U1 launch because it was so huge. Any reason to use MakerWorld if I don't have nor plan to get? Yeah, no, Dominic Versetto. MakerWorld is just a repository for 3D models. You don't have to have a Bamboo. You can download just the STL for other things, but it's similar to Thingiverse, printables, things.com. As Layer by Layer says, Thingiverse. Yeah, it's a repository for a ton of files. Some that you might find only there, not other sites. So if you're looking for something, I always recommend checking out all the sites. Find the best one that you want. And I think everything's still free there, or is there exclusives you have to buy club wise? I don't even know. I just download. Yes, it is very well designed, easy to maneuver. Plus a lot of, like, if you like kit stuff, they can now link to their Maker Lab thing. So somebody has a moving thing or an RC to something, they can then link to the parts where you can actually buy it right through Bamboo instead of trying to source out all your own boards, wire, bolts, nuts, etc. So well worth if you've never been there. I mean, check it out. It's, again, don't think it's only tied to Bamboo. You can use it for any printer. And Bamboo Studio you can actually use for almost any printer too. So you could still use half the ecosystem. But here, yeah, we got the entries are going here. Anything else? Anything I'm missing? Oh, how about the dragon? I'll go pull the plate off real quick. Boom. Oh, also repping the, I was at the store before we left, North Face, and they make like a Polymaker teal pants. Of course, I had to buy them. They look like a schmuck, actually. Schmuck, whatever. Basically, when I wear these with the blue D1 shoes, I look like a doctor. I just don't make the doctors money. Okay, here we go. Here is the very first print. Little tiny strings, nothing bad. The very first print off the U1. And I would say looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Let's do the feel, you know, of I would say they're probably about the same. This is going to be the not purge tower, but prime tower. You can work this out to make it smaller. You can make it so there's less flush in the lines. You can make it to where it flushes in the infill. Not flush, sorry, it's still prime. Or you can take a risk and not use one of these. Just might cause little stringies from the guy. But no, I mean, obviously with the tool changer, there's no color bleed at all, which is what you like to see, especially when you got the white and black or black and yellow, and there's no bleed at all. Again, because it's a tool changer, you shouldn't have any bleed. But either way, like I said, this is actually a very, they picked a good model because they have that texture too that also helps layer lines, hide layer lines. But this is all the filament that they actually had packaged with it. You get 500 grams, I think, of each of a red, black, white, and yellow snap speed, which is just their high flow PLA. Yeah, not bad. Now, what to print next? I got this filament loaded and I'm lazy, so I'm gonna have to run it through all this. But so far, good impressions. I don't know, has anybody else ever seen this dragon other than for Snapmaker? I wonder if they had a design just for them. Or is this somebody's model that they're using? I suppose I can take a picture of it and reverse search it. I'm just curious because the model, a nice model, and it is a cute little dragon. I could definitely see doing a purple instead of red and doing Spyro. Kind of a Spyro-ish look, right? Not dead on, but close enough without infringing on the IP. I don't know if that was their thing, but oh, STL Flicks. That'd be an interesting partnership. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. But that's on, I think that's the only thing on the printer. I'll have to go through and check it, but I think it is. Either way, we'll throw some more stuff at it. Is there anything, okay, real quick, get your guys' minds moving real quick here, and then we'll come back to it in a few minutes. Yellow, black, red, white. Something in a figure, not like a flag or something flat, not a hue forge. What's something figure-wise that you can think of that uses those colors? Cartoon character, a bust, or even if it doesn't have to use those colors, but would look good with those colors. Link in chat, again, as you think of it, whether it be now or 4 minutes from now, a model that you think I should print. Ideally, that's easily colored. He-Man. You don't have the skin color, though. A minion. That's everything but red. Where would the red go? It's a minion holding a heart. Blinky Tinsel Toes from Mellow Maki. I mean, technically, that's part of the coloring book, right? So Blinky can be colored in any way. Or any color. But yeah, I don't want flat. I want something like 3D. Because I want to try to basically run through all this filament. So I don't have to throw it back in my room. Bearded printer has a gingerbread man, but that's a flat one too. I want something like vertical, like a model. Again, and not the bearded printers things aren't a model, or the Mellow Maki's Flexies aren't models, but something I guess robust. And also because flat doesn't really show off like how well the color change works. Jupiter Robotics, I will go down that path at some point for sure. Knuckles, red, white, black. Oh, does he have yellow? Knuckles with a ring. Is there any like good Knuckles with like a whatever, the Sonic ring? That would be actually very cool. Tell Santa Blinky isn't robust. Blinky can be whatever Blinky wants to be. Ronald McDonald. Okay, unfortunately, you actually are correct there. Red. No, it is. I mean, so can anybody find a really good Knuckles with a ring, you know, with the golden ring model? And even if it's paid for, I don't mind that as long as it's not like a $100 model. Or if you find an interesting Ronald McDonald file, I could give that to my wife. She would love that. Here's your gift for helping us at the booth. Anything from Fix Some Dude Motors. I've heard of that guy before. Big. Oh, is this Maker World? Is this going to be Kit Kiln? Oh, Bimbowski. I hate that that's actually fitting for the colors that I said. Okay, so that's one of them. That's a possibility. Let me look at this bowl. I guess the yellow could be gold, yeah. But that doesn't really show the color changing much. Which I guess, how does Ronald McDonald? Let's see how the file looks real quick. I'm pulling it up. Mickey Mouse. Okay, Mickey Mouse. We like Mickey Mouse. It can be any IP because I'm not selling or anything. We're not using it as marketing. Again, yeah. Oh, but Mickey's got the skin tone for the snout around the eyes, so he's technically 5 color. And I'm picky about things being accurate, but that's a very good suggestion. Are you putting another Ronald McDonald one in there? What do we got here? Oh, the creepy bench one. Okay. Here, I'll switch over so you guys can see what I'm looking at. That matches the requirements. But well, is the bench though? Is the bench separate? it just looks creepy. Yes, I don't think the bench is separate. Augmented reality Android. Kind of cool. Oh, I'm not logged. Oh, I'm on the other profile. I'll take a look at that. We have the Santa Bowl. Kind of standard, but not bad. And we have this guy, as creepy as it is. Oh, here, let's wait. Why didn't it pull up the? Because I'm not logged in. I'm logged in as Polymaker. Team Sonic. Oh, there we go. The Sonic one. Okay. Copy. Because I should probably be careful copying and pasting. Oh, so he's got green in him and silver. Oh, he's got the skin color in him too. Ooh. Snow Duck. Let's make sure we're making good suggestions. Not you, Pezless. I know you're trustworthy. Might have to start filtering these before I show them on screen right away. Oh, Ari would love that. Snow Ducks. Parent Child Designs. I'm going to have to show Ari this regardless. You can print on her Flash Forge. There's one, 2, 3, yeah, four colors. Snow Ducks. I'll let Ari print those. The yellow would look weird as a carrot anyway. Slouching my chair. But that I'm going to save because Ari's going to have to see that one. Ari, I don't know if you're watching on your phone right now or upstairs. Karen Chow, you know Karen Chow. You've met her many times and have finagled bracelets and everything else from her, along with Nora. So Ari will probably print a ton of these. Okay, so we'll roll this out because he has the skin color. This one we're probably gonna roll out. Oh, because it doesn't even look like it's painted. Yeah, so I don't know if I had to actually hand paint. This one I would imagine. Actually, I opened it. Let's see. Get started. Why is it having me run the program? Why is it having me do this for Bamboo Studio? Don't have this. Don't have this. Don't have that. Don't have that. Have those. Don't have that. Don't have that. Next. Oh, I just dropped the purge. Whatever. We're gonna select all. Log me out. Why is this doing this? Don't want to type in a password there. Okay. Bear with me. Account is required. I know it's required. Let's do this again. I'll take this over here and over here. Yes. I just want to open Bamboo Studio. I don't know why I'm suddenly having issues. Yeah, I don't know who's pounding upstairs. Can you guys hear that pounding? I want to synchronize your data. Okay, there we go. Sorry. But yeah, the Ronald McDonald Lego guy looks like he's pre-colored and he's in pieces. I think what I'll do is we'll do this guy here. I'll share him next week. I want to maximize the size. Based off the amount of filament that I have left, I want to maximize it. So there you go. There you have it. But get to this screen, so I'm a little bit entitled to get ready to end this because I'm an hour and 18 minutes in. Could do this. Oh, there's another one. I already know the McNuckles. I've seen that. I actually printed those in gold before. See if it's because yeah. So Hex 3D made a version of these, and it's called the McNuckle Duster. Lightning McQueen, another one. Yeah, Lightning McQueen. Black, yellow, red, white. Yeah, no, that'd be another one. I'll have to look up Lightning McQueen. Wait, really? The names Mick Mess Around and Mick Find Out. I would imagine it's just another knuckle duster. Yep. Mick Mess Around. That's so dumb. I love the suggestions though. Thank you, everybody. I found a print for me and I found a print for Ari. So I'll have to get her loaded up on some white, orange, red, and green if she doesn't have it upstairs. Joel can print that for someone's. Is the crop duster plane from the animation planes? I don't know. I don't even know what their name. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what his name was. And Art the Clown. Somebody who said Art the Clown? CGS, isn't he just black and white? Isn't that the creepy guy? Let's see here. I know you guys can't see my browser right now, but I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, Lightning McQueen would be another one. Have some scans, but not like any good like multicolor painted ones. Yeah, I think we'll go with Lego, Lego Ronald. Might throw all the pieces on one plate too, just to see it that way. Yeah, okay. Anyway, we're going to be doing a drawing here momentarily to get some filament in your pockets. This also works for the new stuff. So if you win and you want to try out one of the new gradients, there's a lot. Wait, it doesn't like this hat, does it? See, I always come prepared. Boom. Oh, it's because the nano leaves are on. That's why. Okay. So we're going to have a show this Thursday. Most of you are going to be eating Thanksgiving. I get it. I know. But if you don't catch the show, you can always watch the VOD on YouTube. So appreciate any support there. But there will be a show because I refuse to let a show go undone for a week. Because we're getting there. 90, this will be 91. Episode 91. Thank you for naming a filament after me. The Starlight Rose 3. Or the Silk Rose. I mean, it could be, or both. Maybe you were named after two of them. Or two of them were named after you. Did you get home? Because I have my order of Polymaker just sitting on my front porch. You know, CGS Creations, even working for Polymaker, and I'm not bragging, but of course I have easy access to filament. I still get excited when I get new filament in. It's whether even if it's another brand. I do buy other filament, believe it or not. But even the Polymaker stuff, I still I'm the same. If I'm home or not home, and I know it got delivered, it's like I want to go home and open it, even if I don't have anything to print. Just knowing you have something new there. You look much younger than 91. Things? Or are you talking to somebody else? Not quite 91 yet. No, my legal first name is Crystal. So Crystal Rose. So crystalline gradients, Silk Rose, Starlight. You're just checking off all the boxes. Collect all the colors series. That's what I go for. Collecting the whole thing. There's a question in the Facebook discussion groups. Can you buy a Polymaker in volume from somewhere? It depends, like volume, how much. So we do have our wholesale site, us-wholesale.polymaker.com. There's a minimum order quantity. If you're in Europe, then there's eu-wholesale.polymaker.com. And really on that site too, I think as long as you have it's a VAT, I think a VAT number or a VIT number, something number, business number, something for business to business, you can place orders through there. I don't think they currently have a minimum order quantity. I didn't tell you that. They told me I'd form next than I was telling other people, so not a secret. But if you're in Europe, you might have some access there. Again, if you're business to business. But yeah, so bulk just depends. Like I said, wholesale, check it out. It'll always say on the front page if there is a minimum order quantity. If you meet that, you're good to go. And all the prices are there too, so you can check it out. And if you ever have questions, inquiry@polymaker.com, and they'll be able to answer any of your questions. Oh, they changed it now, so it's now 500 euros minimum. Still, minimum order from a wholesale site, that's not bad. It's higher in the US. I think it's 1,000. That's changed a few times. Yeah, make sure to super happy to spend all my friends with my excitement. 500 is a low entry. Yeah, like I said, very low. It used to be 1,000. Might have to look into that. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything else. Where's the wholesale for? So basically, we have US or EU. So it's US-wholesale.polymaker.com or EU-wholesale.polymaker.com. Or you just go to polymaker.com, you can find the drop down. I don't know if the EU wholesale is on that link, but you can check it out. No Canada one, unfortunately not. Not at this time. Thank you, Jonathan. But Def Gamer 2015, never know. We're growing business. So okay, so yeah, the 1,000 is for the minimum order quantity in US, but in Europe it's 500 euros. Canada, third world country. Yes. Canada's still in the Stone Ages, right? Have they advanced into electricity yet? Oh yeah, the Black Friday deals, plus there's package deals, certain things. We're doing partner deals where you get other stuff as you spend, buy Polymaker filament, you get some extra stuff added to it, whether it be free models, discounts to other subscription services. Lots of good deals, so pay attention. There you go, Jonathan. Thank you. Canada is powered by maple syrup. Hey, you know what? As long as they let me feed into the power grid, put it on my pancakes or waffles. You are bad. That just sounds weird when you put it that way. I like to encourage smuggling. Yeah. Not endorsed by Polymaker. Polymaker 3D, you're live. I know we're live. At least I hope I'm live. If not, then I've just been rambling to myself for an hour and a half. But I want to check real quick. Let's see who we got live. Plenty of people live, I'm sure. Twitch. Let's check it out. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. How long does Unspooled go for? They're an hour in. I'd hate to rate them if they're getting ready to close it up shop. Does anybody know? Come on. I know there's some supporters of Unspooled out there. And then I got two. Do, do. No, no, no. Just checking in here. We're gonna do a drawing in a second, I promise. Oh, shenanigans. Is it shenanigans? Is he driving or is he printing? What is he? Oh, his boy's playing. That looks like a fun game, actually. Yeah, he's modeling stuff. So let's been an hour in, so he's probably still, he usually goes pretty late. And we haven't rated out to him in a while. Of course, feel free to go check out Layer by Layer or Moji 3D on the Unspooled podcast. We're gonna rate out and show some love over to Shenanigans. Another one of those guys is just so wholesome to meet. Next that, go back to Twitch. / raid. Boom. Force myself to stop rambling. There we go. We're gonna raid out the good old Shenanigans 3D. Show them some love, tell them hello from us. But before that happens, we're gonna do a drawing in 5 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exclamation point contact in the chat to see my email. If you win, you email me or you go over to discord.polymaker.com. Message Polymaker Joel. This guy, really, this guy, this is who wins. Nope, taking it away. He doesn't get it. Congratulations, John. You do win a spool of Polymaker filament. You know how to contact me, so I'm not even going to tell you how. Rigged Jupiter. Yes, I know. It is rigged. It's whoever sends me. It's not even money. I don't even extort people for money. It's whoever sends me the best cookies. No one try to find my address and send me cookies, please. I eat enough as it is. But that's it. Please come back. We'll be here live Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard for Meet the Polymaker. See who's coming up next on the show. Love you all. See you here again the next week at Tuesday at 7 o'clock or 8. Tell Shenanigans we said hello. Love the guy. Great guy. Peace out, guys. Love you all. Have a happy holiday.